You told Cuba with that?
Mm-hmm.
Slap? Oh, okay. Who else to tell?
What's her? Where's Lionel?
Oh, such thing as a joke after. Muscle nurse. I was a muscle nurse.
Blessings.
Respect muscle nurse.
Hello, 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 hello. Welcome, welcome.
Some serious names out there, man.
How are you guys? Thank you so much for jumping on to our live tonight. I am Ramona Riley, aka the Vagina Lady, as you guys know. And this man right here is my handsome husband, Mr. Roy Riley. We figured that we were going to come on tonight and talk a little bit about some fun stuff. I find sometimes that I just talk about all of these serious stuff. And we never really get to have as much fun as we should. And learn during the fun, right? And excitement and niceness. So tonight we decided, let us do that. People are saying hi, hubby.
Hello. She wanted to drag me on here to get a male's perspective.
Yes, on some stuff.
On the other flip side.
Yes. So, of course, we don't usually get the male perspective. It's usually me running off my mouth, talking about the things I know. But I think it's important for us to get an understanding from the male point of view. And so that is why he is here. So guys, you know that at Cosmic Woman, we deal with a lot of different types of products. Wide range of products to help all different types of things, from hormonal to periods to whatever it is. Tonight, we wanted to really talk about the products, or some of the products, not all, but two of the products that we find help in a sexual manner, in the orgasmic manner. And so that is what we are going to be doing tonight. So the first product that I want to touch on a little bit is vaginal steaming. Now, everyone on here, if you've been here before, if you've been to Cosmic Woman before, if you've heard me talk, you know that vaginal steaming is something that I always am promoting. I promote vaginal steaming for many different types of reasons. One being a healthier and a happier period. Right? Every single woman wants a better period. We want a shorter period. We want a symptom-free period. We want a no smelling period, no clots period. We want the perfect period. And the perfect period is very possible. It's not an impossible situation. And one of those things that helps us a lot to have this very healthy, happy period is vaginal steaming.
A short one.
And a short one, exactly. So when we talk about vaginal steaming, we find that, in the last few years, it's really been something that is a lot more trendy. And people are talking about vaginal steaming, and a lot of people are selling vaginal steams. And there's something about that that's really great, and I'm really happy about that, because there's an awakening that's happening when it comes to that. Vaginal steaming has been around for centuries, okay? It's something that we really used to use back in the day after a woman had a baby. It helped her to be able to release a lot of the fluids that she still had, the blood and that kind of thing from the pregnancy. Also the clots and everything, and just kind of helping her to clean out, right? Since then, we've really come to the realization that if it can help with the period, if it can help with after birthing, and the postpartum phase, then what can it really do for the period? And so we started doing that. And we have seen now that when we do vaginal steaming, even if it's on the last day of your period, what happens? Your period becomes better. Okay, your next period is better, it's shorter, it's less pain, it's just a better situation, right? So we know that vaginal steaming is good for that. But what we want to tap in tonight is vaginal steaming from a sexual standpoint. Because guys, let's keep it real. Sex is supposed to be great. It's supposed to be nice. It's supposed to be exciting. It's supposed to be orgasmic. And I find a lot of times that women are not having these amazing orgasms that they should. And so we need to talk about this. So, vaginal steaming before sex. I recommend it. And not just 2 days before the sex, but the day of the sex. And of course, if you're having sex 4 times a week and 5 times a week, I'm not saying you should steam 4 and 5 times a week before you have sex. That's a whole lot of like positioning. But I do think that at least 1 or 2 times out of the month, you can steam for your man and yourself and enjoy what comes from this. So it's been a little while since I've steamed for him, right? Because we've been busy doing other things and trying other things, right? Of course, you can't always do the same thing. Yeah. The more we know, busy week. The more we know, the more we experiment, the more that we can talk about and we can tell you guys about it. But when it comes to steaming before sex, 2 hours before, 4 hours before, 6 hours before, it really does make a difference. So, Mr. Riley, tell me, when it comes to steaming, tell me, what do you sense? What is different about when I steam? Like, what changes in the sex, in the body, in my reaction, in all of those things? The floor is yours.
I mean, the steaming thing is like spicing up the relationship and spicing up the whole sexual encounter. Like, it really does, especially because it's like she gets a new pum pum, so she's eager to test out her vagina. And like, that's always a good thing when she's eager for test out her pum pum. You know, yeah. No holds by your nose, say you're good for tonight. Yeah, man, you're steaming. Great. So, so she wants to see what it could do, my reaction and all of that. So it's a good thing to spice up, you know, what goes on in the bedroom. So with the steaming immediately before sex, it's like a new vagina. Same woman, new vagina. That's what's going on down there. It's like an 18-year-old vagina. Not to say having children, having a lot of sex takes away from anything. It just makes the pum pum feel very full. Like, if you have sex for a good period of time, or 1 or 2, 3 sessions, you know, there's a little bit more play, there's a little bit more fluidity in the vagina because of its contracting and so forth like that. But that steam really makes it, I say, snap back. You want that snap back vagina? Yeah, that's
snap back vagina, ladies. Do you want your vagina to be snap back?
Yeah, snap back, and it feel like a 18-year-old vagina. Snap back. So that's really what I can say. That's really exciting about it. And it feels fuller. It's warm. It's wetter. The whole experience is nice, and she's real eager to, you know, do a lot more with it, because it's a confidence builder for a woman. A woman in bed that's confident, coming into bed
will always be better.
Yeah, it would always be better. So
fling it more.
Yeah, man. So it's always a good thing when steaming up on.
So let me ask you this. So when we look at steaming, like, for example, yes, it's great if we steam on that day that we have sex, right? Because of course, as you say, we're wet. I'm wetter. I'm fuller. You know, it feels like the pum pum snap back. It feels like an 8-year-old vagina. Okay. 18. What I said? 8-year-old? 18-year-old. Yeah. Sorry. Okay. But let's talk about then, like, the next time around, because what I find with women is once they have steamed and they have sex, even though they did not steam on that day, it is like when they steamed a week ago or 5 days ago, it does something. Like, it has awakened a part of her vagina, or it has relaxed a part of her vagina for her to really be able to get more from it, like more mileage. Do you think that's true?
Well, that's that snapback thing. So it's like...
So the snapback is not for the moment. The snapback is for continuous.
It's a good cycle of period where that vagina is just fully engrossed. The circulation is there. That circulation is there. That makes it feel real plump and full. and just snatches, it just grabs. So that kind of feeling to the vagina lasts for a good period of time. So when you steam after, let's say, like a long period of not steaming and having sex, a woman actually will feel that she actually feels you more. Yeah, feeling you more is her being more into the sex because she's feeling you more. So that's that feeling she has on that other end that says, oh wow, this actually feels renewed and rejuvenating after you do a steam, because there's a lot more sensitivity because of that circulation that has now happened from the steaming. So that sensitivity is heightened, the sensuality is heightened,
and she's more turned on.
And she's
just naturally just more turned on
to the touch.
To the touch.
Yeah, so all of that's there. So she's gonna feel like, yeah, you're tapping into some new areas that weren't there. Like I said, that fullness that's in there, and now you're tapping into a lot more surface area. So surface area that you're tapping in and touching makes for a nice sensual situation that's going on there when she steams.
So the steaming helps with, people always say, does steaming help to tighten the vagina or to tighten the pussy, or whatever word you want to use, right? I don't have a penis, but I'm going to say my opinion, and then he can say his opinion. So I don't necessarily think that it makes the vagina tighter, okay? I think that it makes the vagina fuller. And because it's fuller and it's swollen, it seems more like there has been some shrinkage. But still, because it is full, there is no shrinkage. So it's like fat. So I always think about it being like when you have sex with a pregnant woman. Does that make sense? Could that make sense?
It's that similar.
Like that feeling, that wetness, that fuller, that warmness.
It's a fuller, warmer vagina. So you can compare that if you needed a good comparison. If you had sex with a woman that's been pregnant, it has that feeling, it has that youthful feeling of that fullness inside the vagina, and all the surface areas of the walls are fuller, warmer, and it's very sensitive and it's very plump, as you say. So when you're tapping it, you can feel her. You feel a lot of the different areas, especially doing different positions. You're feeling it's a new vagina almost.
It's a new vagina. You guys heard that? So when you feel like you must be tired of your vagina because he's been having sex with you for 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, like myself, right?
Yeah.
It's literally a new vagina, right? And remember, guys, when the vagina itself is reacting in a way, when it feels different, when it's relaxed, not just reacting, but relaxed in a certain way, relaxed in the good way, but then it has this like reflex of different things because of the penetration that is happening. You find that everybody wins. Right? So I personally enjoy steaming and then having sex with him because I know that, yes, my pum pum is wetter, it is fatter, it nicer, it juicier to him. Mm-hmm. And because it is fatter and juicier and nicer to him, what happens is his penis reacts. And his penis reacts and enjoys what he's getting. So what do you think happens? I am now enjoying what's happening because in penis is like now starting to do all kinds of things. So there's an action, there is a reaction. Okay, guys? So please remember, when it comes to sex, it is a team effort. Okay? It is literally a team effort. Now let's talk about the orgasm with the vaginal steaming. For a woman, for me personally, the orgasms are bigger. They're wider, they're louder, they're more intense, and I don't need anything to help me get loud at all, right? But they do definitely do that. Now you tell me, do you think that the orgasm for the man or even for the woman from your position seems different?
It's more so you have to catch yourself. So if men will tend to come quick or have a quick orgasm, especially
If the pum pum the good.
yeah, you will be done in like a couple seconds, especially you're excited, you're looking forward to it. So you have to pace yourself. Definitely pace yourself. So in that pacing yourself and building up, in that build up, you will have a larger and bigger ejaculation. Definitely make it build up, especially when you're about to get there. Stop, pull out, do what you have to do. Pull out.
Suck some breasts.
Do something else. Keep the antics going on, and then
Don't put your dick back in yet.
and then get back to what you're doing. Get back to work, and that's where you know that when the steam is on, that type of sensuality, that you don't want to have that quick orgasm, because it does feel that touch, the grip. A vagina is like a penis pump, so you can actually
say that again.
The vagina is the actual original penis pump. So size is one thing. They say size is good, big breasts, big butts. I think bigger the better. It's all about how you work it and the intensity and the chemistry during that. Because a woman that's really into you can actually make you swell 1 inch, 2 inch bigger. That's what the vagina does. So you can reach where you need to reach or want to reach, or where she wants to take you when that chemistry is there. So especially with a loved one, someone you love, are intimate with, you'll find that you're able to have that type of experience after a steaming session if you've never experienced something like that before, because of that fullness, the tightness, the sensitivity that's going on there, that you'll actually get more engorged. Your shaft will get bigger.
Okay, so your opinion, right? To conclude this, your opinion is that every man should try this at least once in terms of have sex.
Definitely.
Okay.
Definitely. I mean, especially when she's eager to like see how you react, and how she's eager to see how she's gonna feel, and she's gonna feel a lot nicer and a lot confident when she's coming. So you're guaranteed to have a good time when she's really looking forward to doing it. The build-up is already there.
The build-up is there because she's steaming and she's just like, I can't wait till I'm done. And I wonder what this is going to be like. Yeah, and it's different every time, which is nice. It doesn't seem robotic or anything like that, which is what I enjoy personally.
So, man, you can bring home a steam.
Buy a woman a steam.
Buy a woman a steam and get her a steam and say, hey, let's try this, introduce. And, this is just for, after her period. She can just use the steam. And there's many different ways that it can enhance the sex. If you say, let's try some spice up the sex, and we can actually do a steam. So there's many ways you can introduce, from many different angles, you can introduce the steam into your relationship and into her using it as a regular practice of steaming. It's a good gift. It's a great gift.
So for any men that are on here, or any men that are going to watch this later, I basically think what he's saying is, you don't have to get a steam for your woman and say, hey, do this steam because I want your pum pum for better,
or smell better,
or taste better, or work better, or be able to be manipulated better, because that's not a good idea. Okay, but because it helps with the periods, because it helps with the health of the reproductive system, that is definitely a way that
and
you
the sex is the plus.
Yeah, the sex is the bonus. Mm-hmm. It is not the main reason about that. Okay, it's not the main reason to be doing that. In terms of steaming, it depends on the woman. I would say you can steam once a week for sure. You can steam once a week. If you suffer from things like bacterial vaginosis and yeast infections, maybe once a week might not be the best thing. Or if you are, then maybe you might need to do something to counteract that, just depending on, because sometimes heat in itself can make candida worse if you suffer from yeast or BV. Okay. Now, that does not stop me from recommending vaginal steaming to a woman, because of course, as I said, we can do things to counteract it. Like inserting a little bit of silver inside of your vagina the next morning, or douching with silver the next morning. Or if it's being on probiotics, which are live, good bacteria cultures that you would swallow. We can definitely do things about it. But I would say average twice a month steaming is good to go. Good to go for sure. And when it is that you're steaming for a sexual purpose, 30 minutes is all you need. You don't need to do a whole hour. It's not necessary. Okay. The last thing I want to talk about steaming before we go into our other topic is what Cosmic Woman has when it comes to steaming. So we have the herbs, the loose herbs, which is what you'll find a lot of other people have. Now, ours personally is very different. When you Google vaginal steaming herbs online, we probably have 2 of those herbs out of the 10 that are on that list. And the reason why we only have 2 out of the 10 is because we have to think about every single woman. And every single woman cannot do every single thing, right? And so we make sure we take herbs that, yes, they have their potency, but also they are not going to throw off your pH balance. And this is very, very important. The other type of steaming that we have is the oil steam, which we call the facial oil. So we have the facial herbs and we have the facial oil. So different strokes for different folks, okay? As of right now, me, Ramona, Ruthann, Leroy, Spence, Riley, I really only steam with the oil, okay? I don't steam with herbs anymore. And the reason why, for me, that's just me personally, okay? The reason why is because I love the oil residue that is left from the steam when I steam with the oil. I love it, okay? The wetness isn't as just wet. You know, like how sometimes you have something and it's just matte versus it's shiny or sparkly, that kind of thing. So when you use the oil blend, it leaves that oily residue in your vaginal cavity. So now when you get lubricated and you get, you know, turned on, and your own personal juices, fluids, whatever you call it, mix with this oil residue, it's a beautiful mix. It's an amazing mix. And so you find that the penis can even grip better because you have this oily thing mixed with this wetty thing, mixed with this warm thing, mixed with this all kind of thing. Now the oil blend is much more expensive than the herb blend. Okay, so for some clients I have, the oil blend is not an option because they are like, listen, I need to be getting the steam and I need to go get this tea. I'm gonna need to go get this tonic, and by the time I add up everything, I can't get the oil blend.
The thing with the oil though, it does go a long way.
It does. It really does. It lasts much longer than the herbs. A lot
more steaming sessions.
It does.
Because of the concentration of the oil.
It's really concentrated. You could swallow it if you wanted to, okay? Because Cosmic Woman doesn't do anything oil that you can't swallow. We don't. Okay, if you're putting it in your vagina, you should be able to eat it. I'm just saying. Okay, so there are those 2 options. You can do the herb blend, you can do the oil blend, but at the end of the day, steaming is amazing. Remember, guys, what you're steaming with, okay, in terms of the basin or the bucket or the whatever you're using, that is something you need to think about as well.
How can they order the oil?
We'll go back into the questions after. Mm-hmm. Also think about the water that you're using to steam. Okay, if you're in the States, please spring purified water, distilled water, filtered water, that's the water you want to use. If you're in Jamaica, you want to use things like, you can use spring water, you can use purified water, you can use filtered water. Okay, the water you use is very, 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 can I say that again? Very important. Okay, because a lot of the water, if you just take the water from the pipe, even if you boil it, it still has bleach in it, it still has certain chemicals in it. That is going to be an issue for your vagina. Okay, so let's move on from steaming, right? The other thing, or another thing that we do at Cosmic Woman that amplifies the whole sex aspect is this.
Dun, da, da, da.
Dun, da, da, da. Okay, now this is my own personal yoni egg. This is the yoni egg that I am using right now. It is an amethyst yoni egg. It is a medium egg. It is non-drilled, which means there are no holes in it. I do not put a string in it, tie it, insert it, and pull it out with the string. This is a non-drilled egg. Now, Yoni Yoni eggs are amazing.
No, I was just thinking about people wonder how you get it out.
Yeah, I know. I know. They stress them out.
It pops out of the darkness at times.
It can come out. It's not gonna stick. So yoni eggs are amazing for sexual pleasure. Okay, and when I say sexual pleasure, I mean with your significant other. So let's say you're someone that just has sex randomly. And there's no judgment here, because sometimes you're at a place in your life where you don't want no like one man, like you want a 2 man, you want a 3 man, you want a 10 man, do your thing. No judgment, okay? But if that is where you're at, having sex with a yoni egg is literally not for you. Okay? You can put it in, you can masturbate with it if you want, that is fine. But in terms of bringing someone else's energy inside of your vagina with your yoni egg, I would not recommend it. It is hard enough to remove a sexual partner's energy from your vagina and from your spirit in general without you now adding a healing stone. Okay, this is made from a healing stone, this amethyst healing stone, and it has properties in it that literally heal different parts of your body depending on the stone. Amethyst in itself is great for spiritual awakening. It's great for the mind. It's great for memory. It's great for focus. Okay? And so this is literally what I am using right now. This is my 5th yoni egg. I have to think about it for a second. That I've had. Right? And I usually use a yoni egg for a good amount of time, like 6 months, 8 months, maybe even a year, just depending on where I'm at in my life, what's happening, right? So using a yoni egg during sex is extremely beneficial to both partners. From the woman's point of view, the orgasms are 100,000 times better. Apart from the orgasms, your muscles are much more toned, okay? You feel more. This vibrates in your vagina. I'll say it again. This little egg vibrates in your vagina when he's thrusting. It goes up your vagina, it sticks up in some kind of nook, in some kind of crevice, in some kind of fold, and he penetrates. He starts slow and he penetrates, and I'm sure by the time you've gotten to 2 minutes of him going slow, doing penetration, guess what happens? You forget everything but no yoni egg inside of you, and you just are engulfed with the feeling of how amazing you feel. Okay, for me, the reason why I got into yoni eggs is literally because I wanted to figure out how I could make my vagina better. I've never really had an issue with sex in terms of it feeling any kind of way. You ever had an issue?
No.
Okay. But when I started researching and then I got certified as a yoni practitioner and I started to use it, I could feel the difference, and he could tell me that he felt the difference. And from then I was just like, oh, my client them need to know about this, cause this and yes so nice, right? So you insert it in your vagina. If you want, he can have it, he can use it and play around on your clitoris a little bit. Okay, he can put it in your mouth, you can lick it, he can then do that. Whatever floats your boat, there is no wrong. You can insert it from up here, you can insert it from down here. I usually prefer when it's inserted up from the top, okay? Just because me personally, I'm a little bit more fatter down there, and it's easier to just get through down there that way. Different strokes for different folks. There is no right or wrong in terms of if it's from here or if it's from up here. Now, in terms of you, Mr. Riley, give us a synopsis, an opinion, your experience about what yoni eggs do for you personally when you're having sex.
Well, the ripple in the vagina.
You guys thought I was lying.
Now that ripple, because it's you're actually in there. All right, you're probably wondering how you put in your penis in after there's this egg and all these things going on up in there. Yeah, at first I was a little bit like, babe, just show you want to put this in there and do all that, you're not going
Mash up.
damage yourself or something. No, I did a little background check into what was going on and how that actually works, because the vagina actually, it does expand and contract, so it'll give way. So making a fun situation out of the use of the yoni egg is, it has a tip, it has a broad end, and you can play all through the lips, through the vagina, play on the clitoris, and have a lot of fun before even inserting the yoni egg. And that is the whole fun part of
even your nipple
being involved with this yoni egg goes. You can play with it anywhere, and then you can slip this in slowly, and it'll just disappear.
It literally sucks up
and goes in.
Like by the time you put it in, it goes
and goes.
Your
in.
vagina does that.
So now, when a man goes in, at first it's depending on where it's lodged or where it sets or rests, you'll actually feel it going in, and then it'll get out the way, and then you'll actually forget that it's even in there. But you will notice this. You will notice the grip reaction feeling on your penis with this, because it's tapping into a lot of different walls and G-spot areas. So, well, see, the vagina is like having when you're doing a regular massage, you're massaging a woman or you're getting a massage, you have knots. So the vagina has a bunch of knots. So you're actually, when you say I teared on the wall, beat on our walls, that's what you're tapping into, all those different walls. They're moving, they're feeling this. You could be in those areas that you're tapping into, actually are releasing different parts, organs, parts of our body, shoulder, just tapping into and being sensitive to all these different, what you'll say, knots, muscle knots, tension in the vagina. So you're releasing, you're massaging the vagina. So this is doing like double, triple of that. So you can imagine how exciting, pleasurable she feels with you in there, and pressing. The yoni egg is here, going to the different side. It goes up, it goes down, and it's doing all this going on all the way.
Do you feel the egg?
Yes.
Okay, you feel the egg.
Yes, you feel the egg.
Okay.
You feel the way, and there's no intimidation for a man to worry about. Oh, okay, there's this egg all in there doing things, but it's a pleasurable experience. And like I said, all of this also enhances the antics and things in the sex life. Your sex life is more creative, exploration, explore, try it out, see what it's like. First, you can play with it and put it in there. You can actually then start using your finger while it's in there. You can actually see how she feels with that. And before if you feel a little bit intimidated going in there with the insertion of the penis along with the yoni egg, but you'll feel it. You'll feel it as you're entering. You'll feel it sliding in. You have to be a little bit sensitive once you're going in, and just kind of relax and go in, and then you actually feel where that yoni egg is. After you're into the action, you'll kind of forget it was there and get carried away and caught up into the whole sexual pleasure, and then you only remember it was in there after a while.
Do you feel the vibrating that I feel?
Well, that's that ripple feeling.
Okay.
That's that ripple. That's why that vagina is that original penis pump. So it actually starts to ripple more from that stimulation of tapping into all those G spots, all those areas, and it's gripping, and you're thrusting, and it's gripping, and it's just gripping, and you're swelling and getting engorged with this yoni egg in there. And those orgasms are massive.
For you?
Massive orgasms. Because it's that extra stimulation, that tightness, that fullness. You have more girth and explosion in that orgasm with that buildup of your penis.
So the orgasm is bigger for the woman with the yoni egg in, and the orgasm is bigger for the man as well. So everybody wins when it comes to that situation. Now, when it comes to putting it in, let me go back to that for a second. You know, like how sometimes like it's time to have sex and you have to put on a condom, and sometimes the condom thing, like you want him to put on the condom and he wants to put on the condom, but like it can like shift the mood just a little bit. Have you ever felt like the yoni egg shifts the mood?
Well,
From a negative standpoint?
At first it sounds outlandish. You never thought of something else being in a woman's vagina while you're going in there. It just sounds very outlandish. So, for starters, yeah. But after that first experience, it's just be willing to be open and experiment. That's just
and
be willing to be open.
relax.
From she's comfortable with it, and some women are maybe even apprehensive to do it because they're probably, oh my goodness, I'm gonna have, what if he's too big and all of these types of things. Well, if a man is too big, and if he's always too big, and it's painful, then then he has to not insert everything, because every vagina is not the same depth and everything. So there you have to find some kind of happy medium. In most cases, if he's not fully going in and giving you deep penetration, he'll be hitting enough nice spots with the yoni egg being in there as an extension of pleasure, with the penis also being in there, and it'll tap a lot of different areas around the vagina while the in and out motion is going, and this is going up and down. So it's
and vibrating.
It's like a full whirlwind of excitement.
Yo, is Disney World in there? A bare niceness. It's pure almighty niceness. And it's funny because I find that a lot of women, when they use like dildos and that kind of thing, like the dildo, it vibrates, it pulse, it spin, it the one bag of excitement, right? And then when it is that they're having sex with a man, you find that, well, a man penis can't really do all them something there. So they're not as pleasured as they would have been if they had masturbated with a dildo or with a rabbit or with a whatever it is that they are using to masturbate. What's nice about the yoni egg is that you're still bringing the two people together. You are still connecting. You're creating more of a bond, and everybody is winning. Everybody is winning, right? So that's what's really, really nice about it. Now,
don't feel like you're not doing enough because you think, oh, well, I need to introduce this yoni egg in there to get more pleasure out of it. It's just an added excitement. It's just something you can do every now and then to do something different,
And it heals the body. Guys, remember, it
Crystals.
heals the body. It's a crystal. All these crystals on my hand, this on his hand, okay? They're all healing crystals. So they're healing a part of you. May it be mind, physical body, soul, spirit. It doesn't matter, just depending on the egg. There are eggs that are good for fertility. There are eggs that are good for hormonal balance. There are eggs that are good for removing trauma and pain. There are things that are good for there are eggs that are good for digestive system.
Creativity, there concentration.
There are so many different types of stones for different things. So know that not only are you getting this amazing pleasure, not only are you toning your vagina muscles, but on top of that, you are healing different organs or systems in your body. It is a win, 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 win. How much times can I say win? Win win situation. Okay? So be open. Think about it. Meditate on it. It's something that can definitely change your world and your entire world. As I said, it's not just from a sexual standpoint. The sexual thing is the bonus. When I started using it, I wasn't using it from a sexual standpoint. I was using it because I'm trying to heal my womb, right? I'm trying to heal my reproductive system. I'm trying to not have like a hysterectomy and like all these kinds of other madness, right? But there were these bonus benefits that I got from it. So when I can use my muscles that are now toned from this yoni egg to be able to manipulate my muscles in any kind of way while he is inside, while he's penetrating me, I feel like somebody. I feel nice. You feel nice?
Yeah, man. Feel great, man.
Yeah, we feel nice.
Champion.
Ray. Up. So we really wanted to really come on tonight and give you guys just an understanding from both standpoints. Now, when it comes to the yoni egg and removing it, because I'm sure everybody's wondering, well, if it don't have a string, how the hell does it come out? So with the yoni egg, it's really easy for it to come out. Okay. Usually the easiest way is to go and sit down on your toilet. Okay. Sit on your toilet and pee. It's going to come out. Right? If you sit on your toilet and it does not come out immediately, don't stress about it. Okay? It cannot go anywhere. Remember, your cervix is closed. It cannot pass the neck of your vagina. So it's going to stay in the actual vaginal canal. Okay? If you are in your second trimester, or you're in your third trimester of pregnancy, I would recommend not using a yoni egg, because different women, depending on the woman, depending on what she's going through, her cervix can start to open up. And we would not want the yoni egg to go past her cervix and now into our uterus where the baby is. Okay? But if you are in your first trimester, I definitely suggest using your yoni egg, because you're toning your muscles. You now can use these muscles to push out your baby. Have you guys ever had a tampon inside and you use your muscles to literally push out the tampon? Try that one day. Your yoni egg can strengthen your muscles to where if you want to squeeze down on that shaft of that man, you can do so. So why do you think that you won't be able to use those muscles to push out your baby?
That's one of the effects I liked about when I first got introduced to the yoni egg, that it does help with Kegels, strengthening your Kegel muscles. That is a very big thing. So if you want to get that grip, get that, it's a good exercise. Sorry.
You're right.
Wearing when they say you wear your yoni egg, so you're wearing your yoni egg through the day, you can actually start to squeeze and move that yoni egg and exercise those muscles during the day, at work, anywhere, and
nobody knows.
Constantly working those muscles. I mean, all of them, from the depth to the shallow part.
Even if you're not doing Kegels, babes, even just walking around with it inside of you is toning vaginal muscles. Even without you trying to squeeze and hold and release and quint and do all kind of excitement.
So I've heard.
If you just walk around with it, it is literally toning your muscles. Okay? So let's say, for example, you don't have a significant other. And you're like, Mona, I can't follow you because I'm not living your life. I'm not married. I don't have a man. I don't have none of that. It's not about the man. You putting it inside of you, walking around with it, doing your Kegels, whatever it is that you're doing, masturbating, whatever it is toning your vagina muscles. It's strengthening your pelvic floor, right? And of course, depending on the stone, it is healing whatever organ or system that it is connected to. Okay? Just want to say again, in terms of taking it out, sit on your toilet, squat, it will come out. If it does not come out when you sit down or when you squat down to the floor, don't stress. Don't stress. It's not coming out because it's not ready. It's doing some work up there. It is creating magic up there. And so all I suggest you do is, if you have to go on the road, don't put on a thong. And this is something that I say because I am like a thong girl. So when I'm going on the road with it, I'm aware that, okay, you know what? I'm going to put on a full panty, because if I'm walking down the road and this thing just drop out of my vagina, I'm going to have an audience. And everybody's going to be like, what the hell is wrong with you? And I don't know how I'm going to really feel about that, right? Not sure how comfortable I'm going to be about that.
Someone asked about hormones earlier. This amethyst actually is one of those stones for helping with hormone balance. The amethyst stone. Each stone has its own vibrational frequency, and you can research them. And you can, if there's anything that you want to tap into, if you're understanding your chakra system, each chakra system deals with a different form of emotion and a different organ and healing of the physical body, and also a spiritual healing aspect of it too, and an emotional healing aspect to each stone. So for that question on the hormones, the amethyst is very good for hormonal balance, the digestive system, and your skin appearance is what
Skin, ladies.
Amethyst stone is good for.
You hear that? Skin appearance.
Funny. Yeah.
Funny.
That's what this does.
Right? So, yoni eggs, great for the vagina muscles. Great for orgasms. Great for penetration and sex. Great for healing different types of organs or systems depending on the egg itself. Right? Vaginal steaming. Great for healthier periods. Great for sex itself and allowing your body to be more relaxed so that you can enjoy sex more. When I have women that suffer from painful sex or endometriosis or pelvic inflammatory disease or adenomyosis, I will always recommend steaming before sex because this is really going to help the sex to be better. It relaxes your pelvis, and the more relaxed you are is the more fun you're going to have. Okay, now I'm just gonna run through. We're gonna run through and just see if there are any questions that we did not answer before we log off tonight. Kim Chung, hello Kimmy. Save the live, please. Yes, this live will be saved. Don't worry. How can I order the oil? So it depends on where you are. If you are anywhere other than Jamaica, you can go on our website and you can order it. If it is that you're in Jamaica, just call our WhatsApp number, 406-2764. Of course, the area code is 876. And you can place an order. You can also do that on Instagram here as well. Maybe the Vagina Lady page or Cosmic Woman's page. Does the oil and herbs work the same? They work the same in terms of getting the benefits, in terms of relaxing the body, in terms of the warmth, in terms of the fullness, in terms of those things. But as I said before, the oil leaves like this kind of like slight oily residue, and I personally just enjoy that better than just the herbs. But different strokes for different folks. Everyone is different. Okay, so the prices, you might want to send us a DM about that. In terms of the herbs, I can tell you that because the oil is something new. In terms of the herbs, if you're in Jamaica, the 2-dose is, if you're getting the kit in itself, which comes with everything that you need other than the water, that is $5,000, and it comes with 2 treatments. So if you're doing it twice a month, that's going to last you a month. When you do the refill itself, the refill is going to be $2,500 for just the actual pouch that it would come in. That would be 2 treatments. If you are in the States or anywhere else in the world, the smallest that we do is a 5-dose, and the 5-dose is $65, and that comes with the kit, with the things that you're going to need to steam, of course, other than the water. Okay, if you need the oil prices for Jamaica or anywhere else in the world, just send us a DM, please. Okay, we don't want to tell you guys the wrong price. Whatever we use on our skin should be good enough to eat or drink. I agree 100%. Afraid for put anything on the hood. Listen, man, don't worry about it, okay? You're afraid now. It's understandable to be afraid or to be a little bit uncomfortable. When I was putting in mine for the first time, I was like, dear God, what am I doing? But I promise you, in literally 2.5 minutes after putting it in, I was like, ah, literally, completely didn't forget that it was there, but didn't care that it was there. That is how I felt. Yes, this live is being saved. Yes, anyone having hormonal issues, you can use a yoni egg that helps with that. So that could be the carnelian, that could be the jade, that could be the amethyst, that could be any of those different ones. It just depends. So if it is that you do not know the egg, that you might, that, you know, like if you know that there's a specific issue that you have, you can always send us a message and ask us. Anybody from the team has an understanding of what egg is better for what, and so we'll be able to guide you a little bit. Everyone should start with a medium egg. That is what I definitely suggest. If he has a large penis, it does not matter. Okay, a baby comes out of your vagina, ladies. Okay, so a little egg with a big penis is not going to make a difference.
Oh, is that for something else? Mm-hmm.
No, he was talking about, he hadn't talked about it yet. Mr. Riley taught the things then. Okay, we spoke about how to get it out. Anybody who's just coming in, how you get it out is that you squat or you sit on your toilet and you just bear down a little bit. For some women, they don't have to bear down. If it doesn't come out immediately, just chill and bill, wait a little bit, and it will come out, I promise. Sex can definitely be amazing. I love you too, Nicole. What is the link to order? Okay, so if you are anywhere other than Jamaica, the link is www.cosmicwombman.com. COSMICWOMBMAN. Okay, you can go there and order. If you're in Jamaica, just send us a DM, send us a WhatsApp message, and we got you. Okay, so in terms of what you're going to steam in, at Cosmic Woman, we do stainless steel bowls that sit in the rim of your toilet so that the bowl is not in the water, so it is not messy. And that is what we recommend steaming in. Definitely not plastic. If you're going somewhere to steam, make sure that what they are putting the steam in is not plastic. I repeat, do not use plastic. Don't use a plastic bucket. Don't use anything plastic unless the plastic is phthalate free and BPA free. And of course, normally that is not necessarily what people would be using because of course it's more expensive and it's harder to find. Okay. When it comes to plastic, it has a lot of estrogen in it. And if you suffer from fibroids, if you suffer from PCOS, if you suffer from endometriosis, if you suffer from any of these types of estrogen-driven conditions, plastic is not your friend. Okay, not your friend at all. Someone is requesting to come on our live, honey. Are they going to be shy? Hi, goddess. Hello. Is the Wi-Fi bad?
They stepped away from the screen or something? Probably stepped away.
I'm not sure. I hear something, but okay. You can link us back when you're ready to talk. Ooh. Hello?
She probably don't realize.
All right, I'm going to knock her out so she's not like...
She's going to get ready to do a steam.
Oh, right. Lord. Oh, Lord. All right, let me take her out. It's not coming out. I'm not sure. And I've not seen the X to X her out. Okay. All right, good. Someone is asking, where do you get the metal bucket to steam with? Okay, so if it is that you're steaming, you can get the kit from us, okay? And the kit has the steam, it has the bowls, it has everything you need other than the water, okay? So you can definitely do that. All right, so don't worry about having to find a stainless steel bowl that actually fits in your toilet and all that. We've done the work. And it took us a while. Trust me, to fit in every single toilet in the world, it took us a while, but we got it. We got it down packed. So if that is something that you need, please just reach out to us. Let us know you need it, and we got you. All right, guys. So this live has actually gone much longer than we thought it would have, right? It's like a whole hour. But thank you guys for taking the time to listen to Mr. Riley and myself.
Thanks for having me.
You are welcome. Thank you for being here. Thank you guys again for tuning in. The link to order is www.cosmicwoman.com. Okay? If you can't remember, just send us a DM and we can send you the information. All right? Thank you guys again for tuning in. Remember, sex is supposed to be amazing. It's supposed to be beautiful. Your vagina is supposed to be able to dance, and the penis should definitely allow some extra pleasure. Okay, and of course, these two products that we spoke about that Cosmic Woman has helps the pleasure to be even more intense in a good way. So thanks again, guys. Love and light.
Pick up that vaginal steam for your wife today.
Or tonight, tomorrow.
Tonight, get her a Yoni egg. Introduce something new.
Yes, introduce
It'll
something
be for
new.
your benefit.
It will be. It will be. Don't be worried about having this other thing being involved, okay? No one's saying that you need to go and get a dildo or a strap-on or anything like that. This is something quite simple that is also going to heal her. And remember, if the Yoni egg is inside of you and he's penetrating you, guess what's going to happen? He's also going to get the healing. Okay, so both of you are healing, both of you are pleasuring each other, both of you are orgasming, both of you are everything. Okay, it is a team effort. All right, guys, thanks again so much. Love and light to you guys. We will see you soon. Please send us a message. Let us know if you guys enjoyed this live, if you enjoyed having this handsome man by my side. Maybe we can make it a thing. We'll see if we can convince him. But thanks again, guys. Thank you so much. Love and light. Blessings. Have a great rest of the week. Bye now.